welcome back to our channel, Conversations with Ezra. I'm Allegra,
And I'm John.
and today's topic for our video is Do They Still See Me, Ezra, on Loved Ones After Death?
So, have you ever looked up and wondered, are you still with me? In this video, Ezra shares a truth that might bring tears, peace, and a whole new way of feeling connected.
Yes. So, as some of you know, we've mentioned in videos before that every day John and I asked Ezra, sorry, for a tidbit of inspiration. And today's video is based on that tidbit for today that they gave us. And of course, John asked some questions, and this was their response to the question that he asked. Infinite intelligence attention is constantly and always on you as you go about your day to day living. Your loved ones, as they merge with the energy of Source, infinite intelligence, they also project their attention, as you say, onto you as well. And from time to time, you become aware of that. So it is not that their attention is not on you, but sometimes as you let your guard down and you allow the energy to flow through you, you become aware of certain coincidences and actions in your reality that shows you the evidence of their attention on you. But they are available to you at all times. So is source energy. So today's video again is based on that tidbit and also what John had asked this morning in regards to get that response, I should say.
Yeah.
So,
So we're gonna ask Ezra a few questions in a minute.
yep.
So
And
when
so
we
we,
come back, we're gonna bring Ezra in.
yes. See you guys in a minute. We are here.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Is there an asking?
Yeah, we're doing our YouTube video for today, and we're asking about loved ones and how we can be connecting with them, the ones that have passed on. So we're just going to jump right into some questions here. When someone we love transitions, are they still aware of us?
Yes. They are very much aware of you, the energy of you, and who you are in the physical realm. You are usually the ones who are not aware of them. Another asking.
So do they see us, feel us, know what we're going through?
Yes, they do, for they are never really gone. They emerge into that space of pure love upon their passing from this physical reality to their reality. But even though that passing on has happened, there is still that connection, for everything is energy. So they are connected, they understand and feel the energy that you vibrate at any given point in time. Another asking.
So is it really them we feel sometimes, their energy, their presence, or is it infinite intelligence showing up in a way we recognize?
Yes, and yes.
Huh.
You experience both the energy of the ones you consider loved ones, and you experience the energy of source. You experience the energy of those that you have not even remembered. There are infinite amount of energy sources of those who have passed on, those who have assigned themselves to you, and source energy. It is what we would term, for your understanding, a an infinite community of non-physical entities at your disposal. Another asking.
So can our connection with someone who's passed or transition, however you want to call it, grow stronger after they're gone?
Yes. And for some, that is exactly what happens, what takes place. For the conditions that were in the physical reality is no longer. So the energy shift that occurs between the individual who is in this reality can then allow themselves to be more in tune with the energy of the others on the other side, in the other reality. Another asking,
Yeah, so why do we sometimes feel their presence so vividly in random moments?
you've let your guard down. What happens is there are times when you go about your day that you feel different. There is a feeling of confidence, there is a feeling of ease, there is a feeling of joy, there is a feeling of everything is well. And in those moments, those pure essence of alignment and allowing, what some of you may call a moment of contentment, that is when you find that you are able to tune into the energy of your loved ones or those who have passed on. And the reasoning for this is because even though they are well aware of you, they do not participate in any sort of interaction when you are at the lower vibrations. You cannot tune into their energy because their energy, their vibration is so much higher, on a higher frequency than yours at all times. So when you've raised your vibration, you raise your energy, your frequency to that of love, of joy, acceptance, confidence, all of those higher emotions, then that is when you are more likely to tap into where they are, what they are wanting to project to you, and you make the connection. But if you are hanging around in that space of I'm sad, I am missing, there's guilt, sorrow, confusion, anxiety, anger, then more often than not, the connections cannot be had, for they will not lower their vibration to those things in order for you to tap into what it is they are wanting you to know. Another asking,
Yeah, so how does infinite intelligence work through the people we've loved and lost?
hmm, very good question. Because there is a familiarity around the ones you have lost, a lot of times infinite intelligence will send the impulses through your memory or the higher vibration connection points with those loved ones. You may be asking for a particular thing, and in your moment of allowing, when you are in those times of confidence, ease, contentment, anything that makes you feel as if you are in that energetic realm, you tap in to what you may need the answer for. So that answer that you are looking for comes to you easily. And basically, those are the inspirations, the nigglings from the loved ones that source uses for as you tap into their energy, you understand, even though it is source sending those responses, even though it is the universe sending those ideas, sending those answers, because your understanding is as such around the past loved ones as opposed to the universe on a whole, you equate the answers, the coincidences to being put to you from them. So it is a lot easier for you to tap in to those things because there is a belief that they are actually the ones sending it to you. Another asking,
So yeah, can you be grieving someone and still stay connected to them energetically?
usually no,
So they both can't exist at the same
they
time.
cannot exist at the same time. You cannot be happy and sad at the same time. You can be happy or sad. You
Okay.
cannot be angry and joyful at the same time. You can only be angry or joyful at the same time. You cannot be contented and not content at the same time. You can only be content or content or not contented. So, in your time of grief, if your energetic output is around grief, your loved one is still there, but you cannot tap into them. There is this conception from humans that the loved ones are tapping into them. They are always there, always ready to assist, always ready to point you to the way that you are wanting to go in that positive direction. But a lot of times, almost all the time, because there is that factor of sadness, factor of guilt, factor of fear that they've left, that factor of anger that they've left, and the whole grieving process, you cannot have access to them. For as soon as they make their transition from this reality to their reality, they leave behind those lower level emotions and they only exist in the higher level emotions. So as you are existing in the lower levels, you will not have access to them because the frequencies do not line up, they do not match. They have not gone anywhere, but you then have to understand that the leveling up of your frequency is what will allow you to tap in and to interact with them at any given time. Another asking,
Yeah. So what does it mean when someone feels like they're guiding us after they've passed? What, is, what does that mean?
they have allowed themselves to find that state that allows the information to flow through from their loved ones. And if they practice it often enough, that higher state, they find themselves there more often. And so the impulses and coincidences, they come a lot clearer and faster and often to them. So hence they believe that there is a guiding, and in itself, yes, there is a guiding. But that is where that belief of being guided comes from.
Are they consciously doing that, or is that source energy in a form we can receive?
They are both collaborating source and your loved ones. And there is a constant giving of information, but you cannot receive it if you are not within the vibration of it. Another asking,
So we're always trying to, as humans, we're always trying to separate the two, but they're actually a combination. It's an amalgamation of the two. Is that right?
that's correct.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, another asking.
Can you explain how love transcends the physical?
Anything or any being that exists in the higher realms exists from a place of love. They operate from a place of love. There is no sense of shame. There is no sense of guilt. There is no sense of sorrow. There is no sense of not getting it correct, not getting it done, needing to fulfill a particular destiny from the other side. Those are false narratives that you assign to the passing on process in order to deal with it in your human form. But from your loved one's perspective, as they pass on, it is an instantaneous moving into that infinite love and ultimate joy and all of the emotions that are considered to be on the higher frequency. Another asking,
See, I have this question here. It says, does infinite intelligence ever step in and use the essence of our loved ones to deliver messages, comfort, and guidance? But that's kind of going away from the amalgamation again, isn't it?
yes,
So,
for source and your loved ones, they all reside within the same higher frequencies. And as they all reside within the higher frequencies, the pathways of information between the two is always an exchanging thing. So, source gives the impulses, the loved ones are there assigned to help you correspond with those impulses, to help you tune into them. Because in your belief that they are there for you and they are there assisting you, you are able to receive the impulses, the guidance, the information that source is sending to you, that the universe is sending to you through your tuning in of the energies of your loved ones. Understood?
yes, very much so.
Another asking?
So, is there a way we can intentionally open a deeper relationship with someone who's passed?
Yes, try to be in those higher frequencies as often as possible. And even though there is that grieving that you do, we would advise to try not to stay there for a very long time. As each wave of what you call grief comes about, find ways to move through it in such a way that you can find a little bit of the higher frequencies along with it. And usually, for most of you, that comes with fond memories, fond
Mm-hmm.
stories among yourselves, and that puts you into those higher frequencies. There is also the setting of intentions. As you go about your grieving process, understand that it is not something that is forever. You are not intended to stay in that grief for always and forever. So, in times when you know you are not in that the deep grips of the grieving process, ask your loved ones to send you the impulses, to send you the reminders, to send you the things that you are wanting to know in a way that is comfortable and easy for you to accept, and they will. Understood?
Understood.
Very well. Another asking.
That's a lot of food for thought, I think, for one day. I think the last thing I'd like to ask is we put a lot of stock and power into the word death.
Yes.
Um, can you give us a quick synopsis of how source energy and our loved one view death, the ones that have passed on?
Hmm. There is no death, but it is also a very beautiful thing. For from our perspective, you intended to exist in this realm, this earthly realm, this reality, from a place of joy and exuberance. So you come in and you falter because you don't experience joy every day, all day. And that is part of the journey as well. You understood that your emotions will guide you to the higher frequencies. And sometimes you use that and sometimes you don't as well. And then, but you also understand that from before coming in, that you will move towards that point where you will want to reemerge back with source energy, what you would call death. But there isn't a death, there is just a reemergence
Mm-hmm.
back to where you originally were existing, which is with source energy. And as you make that reemergence, you exist in that realm of pure love. So if you were to understand that it's just a re-emergence from one point to the other point, then there is no death. There is just a passage. from this reality to another reality. But if you believe that there is death, as humans put an explanation to it, then in saying that there is death, then there is no continuation, there is no reemergence, there is just a stopping. And that is not so. Because if you believe that there is a stopping, that death equals that stopping point, then there is no way that you would be able to access those who have made their reemergence as well, for then they would not exist. Understood?
Very much so. It's actually quite comforting to know that.
Very well. Is there another asking?
No, we're good. This was phenomenal. Thank you so much for today.
We,
Really appreciate it.
we appreciate the opportunity for this interaction. Until we meet again, good day.
Good day. And she's
Hi.
back.
Hi,
So
everyone.
that was a lot of information that we got thrown at us, and I hope you guys got as much out of it as I did. I'm kind of sitting a little bit back today. I got a little bit of neck pain and stuff going on, so I'm not don't
Yes.
look like I'm engaged, but I really am. I love this interaction. It's actually it's very I'm very passionate about it, and this
Yeah.
was a really really good interaction.
So you're telling me that this is something that I should actually go and listen to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. I
I
like
know you
that.
will anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So until
Okay.
next time.
Mhm. Like, subscribe, share, and we just found out. Hit the notification button. We're newbies at this, but hit the notification button, that bell, and you'll actually get notified about new videos that's uploaded. And for you, those of you who are YouTubers, you know this. We didn't. I just found that out last night. So
We're learning.
we're learning. So please hit that bell to be notified. Again, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think of this. If you've got questions, the email will be included in the description as well below. And that's for those who would like to interact with us separately from the YouTube channel. You can definitely send us your comments or questions. We would love to hear from you. And also, for those of you who are interested, our book is now on our website for sale, the ebook. You can also find that information in the description below. And thanks again for joining us. And until our next interaction,
See
take
you
care.
later.